Lawnarchy back. Got my man DJ Jamel Rockwell, Hatterack, Quarter from the Valley. Godson on co-moderation with me behind camera. It's your man PL.
5 thirds in the building.
With the end of the year coming around, people have been talking about, things that have gone on and great moments and points that'll be noted in history from here forth. So I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, man, what are, as a hip hop historian to a degree, what are some of the great moments in hip hop history? And hip hop's coming up on 50 years old now. In 2023. So I was wondering, what I thought and what you all thought were some of the things that kind of stand out in the 47-year history of hip hop. I believe that hip hop's greatest moment is August 11th, 1973, when DJ Kool Herc pulled his turntables outside and had a party, birthing what we know today as hip hop. From that moment, everything. You good, boy? From that moment, everything is spawned from Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, Furious 5, Beastie Boys, Hammer, NWA, Digital Underground, Young Money, Cash Money, No Limit, Two Live Crew. There have been a lot of things that have spawned off from August 11th, and I think that is by far, because without that moment, nothing else happens. It could be an aborted fetus to a degree. So I think that is the greatest moment, and then that's almost by proxy though, because a person can't turn 21 without being born. So everyone's greatest moment is birth. So of course, so given that, I think, in my personal opinion, I think the greatest moment in hip hop was in 1989 for two reasons. Reason number one, the Grammys instituted the first rap album Grammy for category of rap albums, and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince won it for Parents Just Don't Understand. That is one of the most slept on hip hop albums to be a classic, or as classic as it is. It's one of the most slept on hip hop albums out there. And I believe that I'll have to go back and do some research to see, or maybe Rockwell can look it up now, who else was nominated that year. But I think that pretty much no matter who else was nominated, I think Salt and Pepper might have been nominated that year. Maybe let's see, that was 89. Dougie, Dougie Fresh may have been nominated, feels like. LL Cool J possibly.
LL. Hold on. But see, this is yeah. So it was just for a single. So LL Cool J going back to Cali, Salt and Pepper, Push It, JJ Fast, Supersonic, and Kumo D, Wild Wild West.
Kumo D, that was one of my favorites growing up. But DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, in my personal opinion, was the right choice. I'm a big fan of Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. The videos that they used to do with the graffiti and the kind of stop action were dope in the mug, and I thought that was the right call. But that part made me kind of proud. This part makes me extremely proud, and I believe, and makes me, which is why I think it's the greatest moment in hip hop history, aside from its birth, is the fact that the rap artists chose to boycott that Grammy because they weren't going to televise that award, and those artists, 31 years ago, knew it was bullshit because they knew what was really pushing record labels and was really moving needles. So they said if you're not gonna air it, we're not gonna be here to support it at all. And the next year they aired it and people showed up, and I believe next year LL won it. I want to say, I'm not sure. That sounds right. LL or Hammer.
Mama said knock you out or something.
Yeah, Mama said might have been not. Mama said knock you out. That seemed like that was about that time. But the boycott to me showed that hip hop as a force, you know what I'm saying, had power and the ability to create a ripple in the news and the media without violence or bloodshed or any stupid acts going on, but to really be able to show you, hey, we understand. And it also was the moment that the artists showed the industry, we're not as dumb as you may think we are. We know where the real power lies. Next year, what I'm saying, Public Enemy had really started railing against the Grammys after, what I'm saying, who gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy? That became the mantra for real, and that also was a beautiful thing because it kept cats in the hip hop community that were performers and artists true to the performance and the art, not necessarily trying to garner fame and acclaim and get this Grammy, but to be able to put the best product out that they could. If I got 12 songs on this album, I want these 12 songs to be dope. I think that 1986 was also a good moment for was a great moment for hip hop because that was the first platinum selling single for hip hop. Raising Hell in 96. Or platinum selling album 86.
I remember seeing that album cover in record stores. That blue and purple, or that greenish purple, whatever, like turquoise purple.
It felt like they had different versions of the album cover.
One was like red and blue.
Because it seemed like some were bluish, some were greenish, some were kind of brownish, purplish. Yeah, so but that album,
it was iconic.
Yeah, it showed that people were listening.
Beats to the rhyme.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It showed people were listening because as strong a force as hip hop may have been in 1986, we weren't selling 1 million records strong, not just us. Maybe now, you know what I'm saying? You can, but nah, not in 86. 86, you had to have suburbanite white kids buying your stuff too to move numbers. So that let us know that it's not just us listening to what's going on.
Right.
I got a greatest moment. It's I don't know. I mean, it kind of come off of what you're saying. It's like Two Live Crew and NWA made it possible that we can cuss on music. You know what I'm saying? So,
the hip hop versus the RIAA, the Recording Industry Association of America, that was roughly between 1988 and 1991. highlighted by the track from Luther Campbell, Banned in the USA.
But do you remember seeing the Two Live Crew albums with the 4 chicks with their bikinis?
My brother had got me the VHS with the videos, all that. My mom's took it from me when she took it and hid it. Took my video, wouldn't let me see it. She said, "Nah, this too nasty for you to be looking at. Come on, moms."
Iconic though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, that was
It's patriotic.
that was really, in my opinion, America's last true free speech battle. Because they were trying to censor artists. They were really trying to shut cats down, like shut artists down, labels down, entities down, businesses that supported it. Try to label it as smut, porn. But then, now it was comical that from roughly 88 to maybe 87 to 88, 89, they really focused on the rap artists. But then a lot of the fans, a lot of the white fans who people was kind of surprised by this, started pointing out that, well, these metal artists and these rock artists have lyrics that are just as
worse
or worse.
Right.
So it was it became a unified front. You know what I'm saying? It was no longer about black music being censored or this rock music being censored. It was about just people, an entire voice of a generation being censored. And that was Tipper Gore. Shout out to you for losing, because had she won, 95% of the stuff that you listen to today or see today or interact with today, and I'm not just talking about music, I mean just period.
Yeah, you'd have never heard that.
It wouldn't be around because if I'd have said shit, it'd be people busting through the windows right now with guns pointed at our heads, ready to shoot quarter. And I'd be like, damn, now I got to make a decision. I want quarter to get shot in the head or not. I'd be like, does quarter still owe me some money? I'd be like, oh, no, you good. Don't shoot quarter.
Man, what the fuck, man?
You do bring up an interesting point about the shift in content of music and what's acceptable. DJ Jamel Rockwell,
Alright.
you play a wide variety of genres of music. Have you noticed, or what shift have you noticed? And have you noticed a impact from that shift being what's acceptable and what's not acceptable to what's been acceptable